Hello everyone and a warm welcome to all at MAC Red Devils NCR. This is Delvin and welcome to another brand new episode of Two Cents with Delvin, where I speak about all the issues pertaining in and around United, whether it is on the pitch or off the pitch. So today's episode is not exactly an episode, but it is more of a rant. So if you've seen me on live streams, you normally see me coming across as someone who's level-headed in spite of the things that are going around. I have to manage to keep a level head and a cool exterior. But after seeing yesterday's performance, I don't think I can hold it anymore. Yes, it was a performance which deserved a draw, and not taking anything away from the fact that Southampton defended like lions, and they ran to the ground, making sure that what the point that they had was deservedly protected right up until the very. But I just cannot be sitting here and not talking about the atrocious refereeing that has been dished towards us throughout the duration of the season. Now, if it is an isolated incident, if it is a one-off, a couple of wrong decisions throughout the course of a season, it's all well and good. You can take it on your chin and then you can move forward, expecting that it's not going to happen again. But when you have refereeing decisions going against you left, right, center, 2 to 3 times every single game, there is absolutely no way where you can keep your calm and you can look about it and say we dust this off and we go on to the next game. And yesterday's game against Southampton was just an example of another day where we have been playing against 12 men. Yesterday we were 10 men. Normally it's always 11 versus 12, but yesterday it was 10 versus 12. So let's talk about the red card first. So apparently that offense by Casemiro was seen to be deemed as a red card offense. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but just day before in the Leicester versus Chelsea game, I think it was Daka. I'm not sure, but his stamp on the chest of a Chelsea player was deemed to not even be a yellow card, let alone a red card, where that was as blatant a red card offense as it comes. But Casemiro has won the ball, and it's just marginal, but then yet you call it a red card offense. Yes, it was a yellow card. I totally agree with that. That should have been a yellow card offense, and it is a yellow card offense. But a red card offense, for that, I don't think so. I'm not sold on that. And this is not the only decision that has gone against us. Multitude of decisions have gone against us, and we have been victims of shambolic refereeing right up from the beginning of the season. Starting in Europe, surprisingly, where the refereeing standards and the video assistant referees are seem to be much more better qualified, where Lisandro Martinez was deemed to have been given a yellow card and a penalty for a ball that hit his thigh first and then hit his hand. Make that make sense? And then you come to the Premier League and the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. There are a litany, an absolute litany of decisions that have not gone our way. Yesterday's penalty incident was as stonewall a penalty as they come. Yet I hear some of the former players, some of the former referees saying that it is not a handball because it was not his intention to. I mean, come on. His hand has literally snapped back because of the impact. That ball, without interference from Bella Kochap, is going straight to Weghorst, and that's a goal scoring opportunity. Intention or not, that should be given a penalty. But of course, it is Manchester United, so we do not get these decisions. We do not get the rub of the green in our favour. And this is not the only instance. Let's take Rashford's 2 goals, for example, which were ruled out for controversial handballs. The one against Everton and the one against Wolves. Marginal hand contact. I mean, at this point, where does Rashford put his hands? I think it's come up until that point where every player has to play either by cutting his hands or making sure that the hands are tied behind the backs. Because there is no other way that you're going to make sure that your hand doesn't affect normal course of play. Rashford went through the exact same thing. There was barely any minimal contact, but yet those goals were disallowed. Yet, there are other instances where the player has literally decided to become a prime Damian Lillard or a James Harden or a LeBron James, has dribbled the ball with his hand and has managed to score, yet those goals have stood. Where is the consistency? Where is the uniformity? Ten Hag was right in pointing out that Casemiro has not received a single red card in over the course of 500 games that he's played. Yet in the Premier League, in 20 games, He's got 2 red cards. How? Even the red card against Palace was not exactly a red card. Look at the intent. In that same melee, Jordan Ayew has literally slapped the living daylights out of Fred, yet that's not looked at, let alone call that offence a yellow card or a red card offence. In the game against Bournemouth, where Liverpool were playing, Virgil van Dijk has literally body slammed Dominic Solanke to the ground, yet there was not even a yellow card, let alone call a foul. Then the tackle on Donny van de Beek against Bournemouth, that was a red card offence. Eriksen's tackle, which Andy Carroll literally was going out to hurt our players, and yet you see not even a yellow card. He should have been off by that before the Eriksen tackle, let alone after that. We've had 3 players suffer almost season-ending injuries. Donny van de Beek is out for the season. Eriksen will not be back up until April. And now yesterday, Kyle Walker-Peters has swiped Garnacho. I have seen fouls like that being given yellows and reds. This has not even been charged as a foul. If Casemiro's foul was deemed a red card offence because of the follow-through, I do not see any reason why Kyle Walker-Peters' foul should be not ruled in our favor because even Garnacho was injured because of the follow-through. If you're looking at that same logic, make it make sense, guys. There is Anthony Taylor is the same referee that moved our wall in the Aston Villa goal, and he did that even in yesterday's game. He moved the wall. At that point, it was just obvious. I mean, the refereeing association, the PGMOL, and the officials at Stockley Park might as well not even try to hide it, because it's becoming painfully obvious that there has been an agenda against us. And I know that the refereeing standard in the Premier League throughout the season has been absolutely horrendous. Even other teams are bearing the brunt of this. But it seems like it's always been the case. It's United against 12. It's always been the case. I might come across as unpopular to some people. I might come across as a wrong take, a horrible take, or whatever it is. I don't give 2 flying shits about it. The fact of the matter still remains that we have dropped points and lost points because of sheer gross incompetence by the referees. Yesterday was one such instance, and I genuinely believe that if this standard continues, you might as well call football a non-contact sport. Because if you cannot have basic level of challenges going on in the Premier League, and I was given the impression that Premier League this year has become more physical and it is allowing more robust tackles, more robust challenges, well then where is the leeway? Where is the leniency? I do not see any. Or is it only for non-Man United games that this leniency is being shown? Make it make sense, guys. Just genuinely make it make sense, because it's coming up until a point where we have lost players, and I don't think it will be the last time where we might lose players because of injuries, because of a shit refereeing decision. It's as simple as that. You cannot have incompetent swords look after the state of our game, where it's already been under the spotlight. There is a reason why British referees are not officiating high-profile games like the Euro final or the Champions League final or even the World Cup final. If you ask for a reason why English referees are not being there in the biggest competitions of the world, here's your answer. Look at any game in the Premier League, or if at all, look at only Man United games in the Premier League. There are penalties, blatant penalties not being given. There are blatant yellow card offences by opposition teams which are not being given. There are decisions which should be in our favor not being given against us. And the list will go on. We still have 13 games left in the Premier League, and I don't know how many more shitty decisions are going to come against us. But one thing is absolutely certain, we are still motoring on. And if at all we do, I think our red card, the Casemiro red card, should definitely be appealed, because you could literally see that he has won the ball. He has gone ball first. And if you go to see, there is no malice also. So, I mean, I would rather have the red card appealed at this time. I understand the last time we didn't appeal it because there was a final and we wanted Casemiro in the final. But this time, I think 4 games is a little too much. And with the fixture still coming in thick and fast, we'll have to have Casemiro come what may. And I genuinely believe that we would want to have Casemiro back in our side. So this is a request to whoever be it PGMOL or Harvard Web or whoever it is, please have an introspection. Referees cannot get away with such incompetent decisions. It's always the players who are bearing the brunt of this and not the referees. Maybe look at your referees for once and then you'll understand how deep the malaise lies. Please go ahead and have a look at that, because this is spoiling our game. It's not only spoiling United, it's not only spoiling Arsenal or Chelsea or Spurs, it's tarnishing the reputation of the Premier League. You cannot have incompetence, you cannot have mediocrity in refereeing standards, just as mediocrity and incompetence is not accepted by a player, it is not accepted by a referee, especially when it comes to one of the biggest, if not the biggest leagues in the world. So yeah, this is what I feel about the refereeing decisions against us and in the Premier League in general. And I sorely hope that there is improvement. Although expecting improvement from the Premier League referees is like expecting a dog gets his tail straight. So yeah, that is my 2 cents on this issue. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you do, 2 cents with Delvin is a regular occurrence on our YouTube channel. I come up with regular content like this, and if you want to keep on knowing more about the club or knowing more about the Premier League or whichever competitions we are part of it, do smash that like button, do click on that subscribe button, and make sure you press the bell icon so that you're notified for any and every video that we come out with. Our aim for this month is ensuring that we reach 2,000 subscribers by 31st of March. We are very close to that goal, so we would be really, really happy if you would join us in our journey of 2,000 subscribers. So please make sure that you show us all the love and support. We are incredibly, incredibly thankful for this and your support. And with your help, we can go even more further. With that being said, do follow us on our socials. We are active on Instagram. That is our Instagram channel. So do go ahead and give us a follow. We are also active on Twitter with the same username. So go ahead and give us a follow there as well. And I say this for every single stream and every single video. And today is no different. Every day is match day on our official WhatsApp group. With that being said, do check out the description below if you want to be a part of our ever-growing WhatsApp family. You can click the link and you can join us there. With that being said, this is Delvin with MESC Red Devils NCR, and this is the end of today's episode of 2 Cents with Delvin. I'll see you very soon with another episode. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy, GGMU, and I'll see you on the other side.